Well, hey guys, it's Mr. Galleon, and I'm coming at you today to help you understand what I want you to do for speech and on your Pecha. And I will say that we just a couple minutes ago got word, you've probably already heard this, but apparently there will be no more school, at least in-person school, this school year, which is kind of a bummer. I'm glad because I think it's safest for us to not be packed into a room tightly, but I'm kind of bummed I'm not going to get to see you guys again until the fall, hopefully. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so I'm a little sad about that, but like I say, I think it's the right call. It's a rough situation. So let me tell you what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to give you a really quick walkthrough. It should be really easy. Even before I do that, though, let me say two things. One is I have given you a Google form that I'd really like you to fill out. It's anonymous, so you can tell me whatever you need to tell me. If you want to tell me who you are, you could do that down in the bottom comments, but you don't have to. But I want to make sure that I'm not overburdening you guys on the. I gave you guys the opportunity to ask me some questions in one of those announcements. Just what do you want me to know? What do you want me to answer? And then I posted some videos. And one of the questions that came up, somebody said, "Hey, I feel like I'm really far behind in this, and you keep mentioning that we're far behind." And I don't want that to be the case. So I've dropped the form so you can tell me, how are you doing? Is this too much? Is it too little? Is it just the right amount? Do you feel like you're keeping up? Is online school as a whole just kind of stressing you out? So take a minute and answer that. It'll just sort of help me know what's going on. And if you need more time for this, you want me to just like slow down and pump the brakes, I can do that. Okay. Especially knowing that we don't have school for the rest of the year, which is crazy. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, even with that being said, I just want to remind you again that even though there are deadlines in the computer, like it says there's a due date, those due dates are recommended. They're not things that I'm not counting anything late if it's turned in really anytime this year, especially now that we're not going to get back to school. Okay. So I'm giving you stuff, but if you're feeling like, man, this is really causing a backlog in my overall work, please let me know that. I don't want to stress you out. That's not at all what I'm trying to do. Okay. So let me know about that, and hopefully that helps you. Okay. So today, what you're going to do, in theory, at this point, you have your storyboard more or less done. Let me minimize this. And your storyboard should look like this, except that down at the bottom where it says click to add speaker notes, you should have a rough outline or storyboard. So I can click on number 1 and see what you're going to say in general. Number 2, what are you going to say? What you need to do now is go back and add some pictures to this. Okay. And I want to talk to you a little bit about how to do that and what I want this to look like, because it's not as easy as just slap a picture in there. I mean, it is, but there are some guidelines I want you to follow. Okay. So let's say you're doing a speech about fishing. Okay. And so your hook, see what I did there? Your hook has something to do with fish, and do you like fish and all this kind of stuff. So I would strongly recommend at this point that you go to Google and you type in fish. Okay. And I've already pulled up a picture of a fish here, and you might say, that's not a great, yeah, there's a reason, just hold tight. So you can right click on that and copy the image, and then you go to your Pecha and you slap it there. Now here's the thing. I want all of your images to take up as much screen space as they can without being distorted. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, if I click on the corner like I've done, I can drag it so it fills the entire screen. I can center it, and Google gives you these nice red lines. You see those? This tells me that it's centered vertically and it's centered horizontally. So I'm going to let that go. Now, some of you guys, every year, somebody's like, here's what I'm going to do. They say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it fill the whole screen. Okay. Some of you know how bad this is going to be. Y'all, that completely distorts that fish. That is not what that fish is supposed to look like. Okay. So don't do that. Click it at the corners, not along the top up here or the bottom or either of the sides. Okay. Just use the corners, please. Now, I want to point something out here. This technically is stretched to fill the whole screen. but it looks like trash. And if I present it to make it full screen, it's going to look even worse. Do you see how pixelated and like fuzzy that is, how blurry it is? I don't want that at all. Okay, so let's delete this picture of the fish. And let me show you how you can avoid that. Okay, I'm actually going to reload Google Images. I'm going to type in fish. And there is now most of these are going to be fine, but there's one way to make sure that they're fine. Okay, and that is click on Tools up here, and then go over to Size, and I want you to choose Large. Okay, every single one of these that I clicked on now should be pretty large. Do you see right here where it says 1280 by 720? That's not awful, although I bet we can do even better. Let's take a look at this one. Ooh, look at that, 3072 by 2034. So we're gonna copy this. Oh, and let me say this too. When you first click on, when you first click on these, you will notice that, look right here where my thing is at the bottom of this image. There's a bar that's going to show up for just a second. Did you see it? Let me do it again. See that bar? Yep. Okay, that was really fast. That one didn't even have it. That bar tells us that it's downloading the full image. If you copy this before the full thing is downloaded, you're going to get a fuzzy, low resolution image, which is not what you want. In fact, it shows up in the rubric. You need to have high quality images. So I've copied my picture. I'm going to paste it there. And now I'm going to stretch it using the corners. Okay. Again, some of you say we can stretch it just a little more and make it take up the full screen. I don't want you to do that. Okay, that doesn't look good. So there's now my picture of a fish. If I make it full screen, it looks high resolution. I don't notice the pixelation. I don't notice like a blurry image. It looks really good. Okay. And that's a trick you can use both for your Pechachka and for other stuff you might do in the future. Okay. So really all you need to do is work down through your 10 slides and come up with good images that are going to help you tell your story. Now remember when I gave you my sample Pechachka way back and I threw that picture up of the Lego car that my son made, when you're like, why is that there? I don't understand. We shouldn't be completely confused about the relevance of the images you choose to your overall presentation. Okay, if we do that, you're not really doing a good job of assembling your Pechachka. Okay, excuse me. That is all that you need to do right now. That's it. Find your 10 pictures, make sure they're high resolution, stretch them to fill the whole screen, and you're good. One more thing I want to mention really quick. Because this is a Pechachka, don't add anything else to the side. Don't change the background. Leave it with a black background. In fact, I think that could be even darker if I'm. No, I guess it's black. Well, I guess it's gray. Shoot. If you want to make it black, go ahead. If you keep with my gray, that's fine. I'm sorry, that's my fault. But the idea is we don't want people to be distracted with designs and other things going on in the back. Okay, that's it. That is all you've got to do. And then your Pechachka is most of the way there. I think when I see you guys on Friday, I'm gonna help you with the timings, like tell you how to make sure it's 20 seconds per slide. And then I think I'm just gonna say, okay, go ahead and do this. And depending on the feedback that I get in that form, I may set your due date out a little bit further, so you have plenty of time to work on this. Okay. No, again, I'm really bummed that we're not going to get to be together right now. For most of you, I'll probably see you in the future for U.S. history, which is cool. Some of you guys, I don't know, do I have any seniors in there? I don't think I do. Maybe I'm forgetting. I know I got a couple juniors, and I'm bummed to be missing out on time with you guys doubly, but at least we got that time before. Anyway, y'all, as always, let me know if I can do anything for you. If you have any just general questions you want to ask me, there's that, go back to the announcements. There's that Google form where you can say, hey, answer this. And I'm still doing some YouTube stuff just to try to keep this connection going because this is a weird time. Anyway, hopefully this is a help. Let me know what I can do and take care. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.